Iowa, and we are here in the ARCA cars for a hosted race hosted by Nick. We're doing two separate 40-lap races, pretty much ARCA Series length races. We're going to do one in the day and then one at night to test how the dynamic track is going to feel for long-ish run. So 40 laps, just basically an ARCA race. We're doing one here in the hot slick, and it's very, very, very loose. I tried to run both lines in practice. I was pretty much feeling the exact same in both lines. Extremely, extremely loose, especially off the corner. And it was still very tough to pass. But I only did like 10 laps maybe in practice, so I'm not sure how it's going to feel long run. We'll see. People are saying the dynamic track is working pretty good and is leading to some good racing. So we'll see how that goes here. Typically ARCA here at Iowa, you just want to run about a lane up. But, well, there we go. Put in a good 27th place lap there and then negate the second lap. But typically here at Iowa in the ARCA Series, did it just not count that lap at all? It might not have. Yeah, I don't think it did. That's great. But, can I get this dang thought out? You want to run basically right here, right above this first groove, kind of straddling this first seam. That's where I found the most success. Now, Iowa's not my best track, but it's also very tough to pass, even if you get on somebody's inside. This outside can carry a lot of momentum, and it's hard to get a run out of the corner off the bottom. So we'll see how it changes throughout the race, see if that's going to be the case the whole time, or if it's going to switch it up and all that. And obviously I have no clue what tire wear is going to look like. Usually you're wanting to save that right front by running the bottom, and the bottom's always the best, typically, to save the right front. But who knows? I don't know if that's the case anymore. I think it still will be, but I think it'll still be advantageous because there will still be advantageous to move around because the grip levels of the lines will change dramatically. Dramatically. And starting 25th because we put in that lap on the second lap. I thought the second lap is the one that got negated, not the first one. So we kind of screwed that up, but oh well. I don't think plenty of fuel to finish the race. I don't think the tire model's changed on anything, so it should still be the same where
3033
running the bottom is going to be the best for saving.
We expect to be fighting for the podium.
But it's maybe now it's going to be faster to run a different line, and you're still going to be faster long run even with worse tires to try and move around and find grip. And that's what we're hoping for. But this is just like an ARCA race, 40 laps, no cautions. We're just starting in the back here. It's not official. I know I'm number 16, but that's because Nico stole my number there.
You don't get any extra tire sets for this race.
No extra tires. We do get a faster pair. And we'll take that if we need to. Going to try and not wreck, but with how loose it is, might see some people spinning out of the corner. I did not want to have to start this far back with how tough it is to pass, but we'll see how it goes.
That's it for tires. Make them last the rest of the race.
Let me turn off fuel in case we need to pit. I will want to come back out here even if we get wrecked because I want to see how the track's going to feel throughout the run. Plus there's another race, so if we get wrecked here, not a big deal. It doesn't ruin our night. Should be fun though. Iowa was always known as a super fun track when multigroove was around. You could run all over the place and get speed and be competitive without having to worry about your tires. But this is a completely new reconfigured dynamic track, supposedly. We'll see how it all shakes out, see how it feels. We're obviously not going to get a full picture of what it's going to entail until we run for basically a full season of racing. There's going to be a whole bunch of different kinds of tracks we want to test it on. But this will be good to give us an idea to start off. See what the deal is. And I'm interested to see how this is going to go. We are coming to the green for the first 40-lap race. I see Mitch up there, so let's see if we can catch up to him and keep up with him. Probably not going to be able to, but that'll be our goal. We are going. Let's see how this shakes out.
3 wide, you're in the middle.
Didn't really mean to be 3 wide there, but that's all right.
2 wide there. Clear low, clear low.
There's Brett on our outside.
Outside. All clear.
Just trying to take my time. It's very loose. I see some people sliding around up there. I'm gonna get in up to here behind Brett.
Inside.
We'll see how this top line feels. I was trying to run this top line in practice, and I was not really liking it too much. It felt just as loose as the bottom did.
Stay high. Still there. Hold the line. Clear low.
Okay, we clear Cody in the 24. Oh, they are wrecking ahead. We should. Oh! Sorry, Brett. I was not ready for that.
Clear all around. You got 1 outside. 2 wide there.
Sorry about whoever bumped. I didn't realize I was going that much faster.
I was ready to just full throttle around the outside of that. I thought they were going to stay low, and Brett checked up, and I was not ready for checking up there. That was dumb of me. I should have been ready for that. That's unfortunate. They were all spinning to the left. I thought they were going to stay left, and we were all just going to go around the outside, but they checked up a lot harder than I was ready for. But that is my fault getting into Brett there. Now we got Derek behind us.
Yeah, my fault. I split up in front of you. That's not it.
And now we're not racing anybody. It's exactly what I didn't want to have happen. Oh, but... oh well, I guess. Brett's still going ahead of us. Our tires are cooked. We've got damage. I was looking at that wreck going to the inside and thought we could just go around the outside, no big deal. But I got to pay attention to who's in front of me and what they're doing instead of just what's going on way down at the bottom of the track. So totally on me getting into the back of them. Usually officials, ARCA Series, nobody checks up for anything, so you really don't have to worry about running into anybody ahead of you. It's when you check up for people running in behind you. No meatball though, so I'm not going to pit. We're just going to run back here by ourselves this full length, I guess. We'll see if we get any change in track, state, change in lane. If I would have just qualified better, I would have... if I would have qualified at all, we could have been up ahead of that. And now we're blinking, so maybe we just won't race at all. We'll just lag out. Very fun. Derek behind us is kind of running a little bit higher than we are. It is just so gosh dang loose off the corner. I do not know where I could go to solve it. We can try running high. Derek looks like he's making up time behind us. I just don't feel as fast up here, and I'm still getting way loose, or at least I was in practice. Plus, being closer to that wall is not where I need to be running. That was a terrible corner entry. maybe high in 3 and 4 here, and bottom 1 and 2. And this stinks. Now I don't get to race anybody right from the beginning. And we're not catching anybody. I should have been more careful. There's no reason for me trying full throttle through that in traffic. I thought that the whole top line was completely clear and we were just going to go around it.
The lead is at 25.189.
Looked like they just spun to the inside and kind of slid down there and weren't really going that fast and weren't going to come back up or anything. But I probably couldn't see it as well as Brett could. He was up ahead of us. We're going to get lapped by Kenny here in a little while. I don't feel like I'm gaining on the car in front. Looks to me like I'm losing. Derek is definitely caught up. He's got some left side damage. I don't know what line he wants. He's going to go low. Probably just going to give it to him. I think it's kind of stalled out there. Goes back off. We can sit side by side the whole rest of this race probably if I fought him on the outside, but there's no reason for me to do that. Maybe if we can save our tires, we can catch some of these guys up here.
Outside.
Not trying to get back on his inside. This is kind of where we ended up.
Clear high, clear high.
So I wanted to run lower. Maybe we should just follow him on the outside in 3 and 4. I say that and then run lower again. We are catching Ryan up there in the 12 car a little bit. Curious to see what the tires are going to be like. I'm sure the right rear is going to be worn more though. Oh, and they are self-spinning ahead of... Man, I just can't drive. I have not got any wreck avoidance today.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 1.7 seconds. You're clear high, clear high.
I just completely guessed wrong where he was going to slide that time. I don't know. Thought I could shoot to his outside. I should have just went low.
7 seconds. Go one outside.
That was bad. It's a good thing this isn't official.
We got damage on the front end.
The guy on his outside got loose, spun him to the right, but I thought he was going to sit there where I could get around him on the outside, but then he just was right there when I got there.
That's it, go.
Take our repair and then get back out there. And hope we have better luck in the night race. I feel like the night race is going to be even tougher to pass because the track is going to have way more grip. I wish I could re-qualify and put myself in better position for race number 2. What were the tires there? 87, 89. So I was wearing out that right front, but we did get into 2 wrecks, so who knows how that is actually, how accurate that is for the racing. And this race is gruelingly long when you get wrecked out immediately and then wreck out again.
All right, man, 20 to go. Go get him.
Maybe I'll just cut this whole race out and just run the second one. Probably shouldn't do that, but there definitely will be timestamps. You can skip through this one, so we're not going to be learning much here. I don't feel like. My gosh, it is loose on the bottom. I think we got to run. Holy cow, it's loose on entry. That was strange. We need to run top in 3 and 4, I feel like. Turning out of 4 is incredibly loose. That seems to be what everyone else is doing. Top in 3 and 4, bottom in 1 and 2.
The lead is at 25.844.
Held Tracy off a little bit. He's just second back. Shane's running in third, doing good. Kenny is wrapping that yellow line in 1 and 2. And then a little bit low on entry, and he slides up a bit. At least I thought he'd been. He's straddled the dotted white line the whole time that time. We are pulling away from Tracy though, slightly. It is pretty tight on entry now, but it is extremely loose on exit still. This first race is pretty much a wash for us personally. Hopefully Nick is having a better race. We can watch and see how that one goes. We're in 23rd. Are we 2 laps down? I think we are. Yeah. We are. We'll do better second race. That's the goal. Maybe finish on the lead lap would be a good goal. We actually pulled away from Tracy a little bit. And it's not like we took new tires or anything. I don't know why I'm going down here though. Well, it didn't feel as loose that time. .1 to Kenny. Can we make that any smaller of a gap? Probably not. But if we could, that would be pretty dang cool. Still 1.1. It is insanely tight on entry now. We need to back the brakes up. Let's go ahead and do that. Try and get on throttle out of the corner without it getting snappy on us. One second. Let's try and run this a little bit lower line that he's kind of been doing. See, he's getting a bit loose out of the corner too. 10 laps to go. We're trying to catch Kenny now. That's our goal. 0.9. We pulled in a little bit. That didn't feel like a great corner. Don't drag the wall. If we hadn't got loose there, that would have been a fantastic corner, but we still gained a bit. Gotta be patient on throttle. I'm trying to get on it too hard, and that is getting us even looser. No turn anywhere except on exit, though. 0.8 still. Got some smoke out of 4. 0.9 again.
You're gaining on the car in front. The gap is 10.
0.8. I wonder if we should go low here now. We could find extra speed there. Not really. I think it's about the same.
The leader just did a 26.053.
Well, we were a tenth quicker, more than a tenth quicker than him. We ran a 25.9. So that's pretty amazing. Just think where I would be if I hadn't wrecked. Twice.
This is less than optimal.
Yeah. Big loose. 0.6. He's just gaining a lot on exit 4 though. 2 laps to go. Just try and go back to the bottom.
Alright, man. White flag. 1 more lap to go.
Felt okay, but then he's going to pull back away a bit. Get that run. Point 6. And we're going to finish 0.6 behind him. Well, that was fun trying to keep up with him, trying to catch him a little bit.
What a race right there, Shane.
But other than that, nothing much we did right in that one.
Beat you up high, but I never get to beat you.
But we'll take our efforts to race number 2
Banking on the field.
after we take a look at those first wrecks.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
We gotta say sorry to Brett. Thought we could go around the outside of it.
At night.
Alright, let's take a look at the
Man, the sun went down.
first race incidents. I'm not going to worry about going and doing laps. We're going to start in the back. I'm just going to be a little bit more patient. Oh, tires. Forgot to look at them before they switched. First up is the 4 car. Getting a bit loose. Oh, and then the 27 gets a tap in the rear from Allen. And that's where the wreck starts. That's unfortunate there. And then the 4 car nowhere to go. And thought we were going to stay low. They were going to stay low and we go around the outside. I think I just overdrove it. I think I just ran him over. I don't know. Like, I'm fully on the brakes by the time I see him slowing down, but I'm just not cutting that way too close, I guess. So I get into Brett. He's able to keep going, but I give ourselves a bunch of damage, and then we get hit again by the 77, and then spun. 2 cars sliding up, getting loose in front of Scott, I believe. He got loose, slid up, then got a little tap. And this is when we get into the next wreck. Ryan gets loose into the 3, then he rolls forward a bit. But I should have done a better job at that. See, I see him loose here, and there's a huge gap, so I think I can just go around the 12 cars outside, and then he'll be up in the wall, but then he kind of rolls forward a bit right at the last second. I just barely clip him on the left side, which is unfortunate. Next up, Nick King pushing up a bit. Maybe a little contact, didn't look like really anything. Oh, 2 cars loose, really loose out of 4. Then Daniel, loose out of 2, puts it in the wall a little bit, but not too bad. Some blinking. And that is Tracy right at the line. Shane just beats him, I think. That looked like a good finish. Oh yeah, just by a nose coming to the checkered flag. Wow, that is close. That is close. Can we get an actually close view? Shane by half a nose beats Tracy for second place. Great job to him. And that is all the incidents of race number 1. We've got 2 minutes left to warm up. Let's go do a couple laps, I suppose. And then we will get to the beginning of the next race where I will hopefully not run over 2 people. We will see. I didn't really feel like we were learning anything with the multi-groove. Seemed like it kind of stayed the same. I don't know if these races are really long enough to see for sure. Or I just don't really know what I'm looking for because we've been in the same kind of track state for so long that maybe I'm just not used to having to figure out where I'm going. We'll try and run some laps here. We got Kenny ahead of us again. Let's see if we can follow him and learn something. Definitely can tell the speed is picked up with the night lighting here. Track's all gripped up. A lot less loose out of 4. We're running 23-second laps now. Feel like we're going to get tighter this race. We just did a 23.6. Oh, it feels really good around the bottom there. Ooh, I had to check up. We're going to be 3 wide.
Still there. We have a slow car up high. Go low. Stay low. You're clear high. Clear high.
And it snaps. Felt like a lot more grip until that moment. We're coming to the grid here for race number 2. I'm number 16. We're going to be starting 23rd. So let's go out there and try and do a better job.
We put in plenty of fuel to finish the race. The estimated SOF is 3,033. We expect to be fighting for the podium.
I forgot to look at my brake bias. I set it to 60 before the first race, but I don't know if it carried over to this one. Either way, I think we're going to want to start it at -3 just from the get-go. I usually don't do that. Actually, we're not going to do that. We're going to wait till we need to. Opening laps, we're just going to be focused on saving some tires. I don't know what the best line to do that is. I'm assuming it's still the bottom. We will see. We got 40 laps, which is a long time, as we learned in the first race. So let's not go out there and be dumb and put ourselves 3 wide a whole bunch of times. Even though I was trying to avoid that the first race.
Alright, man, line up on the inside row. The car looks fine. No damage to report. Pit road is closed. Heads up 35.
We got 2 to green? I thought we had 1. We will turn fuel off again in case we need to do a fast repair. And if there's a wreck in front of us, we need to be ready to check up for the traffic around us and not just assume we're going to do anything. We'll see how this goes. I don't think there was any inverts or anything. I think it's just straight. Oh, maybe. Oh, it inverted the top 10. Okay. Interesting. That's going to put Ethan up there on the pole. Nick starting in 4th. And we will get a view from the back of the pack how the racing is going to be. Try and not self-spin on the inside again like we just did in practice. You get to where you're trusting the extra grip and then forget you still got to drive it like a race car. Any race car should be able to get loose out of the corner of any track.
Alright, man. Pace car is in. Green, green, green.
Okay, clean start.
Outside.
Let's be nice and careful on entry here. Whoa. 3 wide ahead of us. Ooh.
Still there.
Bump shoves the nose massively
Clear
there.
high, clear high.
Nice and calm. Long race ahead of us. We can get around the outside of Brett here.
Still there. Hold the line.
But don't push it too hard.
All clear, all clear.
Alright. Let's see if we can roll around the bottom. See if we can keep speed doing that. Almost top 20.
Start the car in C7. Just hit the button.
Overdrove it a little bit there.
3.506 outside. Stay low. All clear, all clear.
Try and get into a rhythm. And hope we're going to be able to save tires because we're going to have a very, very difficult time passing if we don't. Felt like I overdrove it a bit there again. It's going to end up getting very tight on entry. I can already feel it start to go. People running the top right now, and they're looking quick out of the corner. Is that going to last, though? Before dynamic track, last week, and before that, I would have said no, they're burning their tires up. But now I don't know. Maybe they'll be able to keep speed up the whole time up there, and we're just losing time running lower.
23.836.
Okay.
Outside.
And be careful out of turn 4. That's what we self-spun on the inside of
You're clear high.
car in
Clear high.
practice. A little bit loose there. It's probably good though. Feel like we're going to be hurting this right front, and we already are. Massive tight right there.
Inside.
See if we get around the 28 on the outside here.
There's the car below side. All
Huge
clear,
bumps.
all clear.
Just shoved the nose massively.
Outside.
Now he's on the outside, so we'll probably never be able to get the pass done.
Stay low.
As I say.
Stay low. You're in the top 20. Good job, man.
Big group of cars here ahead of us. Everyone's racing clean, though. We're never going to be able to do a pass on the inside while trying to save tires. It's not going to happen. And the 4 gets into the back of the 17, and we have literally nowhere to go. That's Chad. And we just don't get to race. We just have to wreck.
You're losing on the car in front. The gap is 2.2 seconds. The car behind
Oh.
the gap is 9 seconds.
Now we're back in the same situation around nobody. This stinks. This really stinks. There's nothing I could do to that. I couldn't turn down at all. I was slowing down as much as I could. I was trying to turn it down, but we were on corner entry. We were slowing down as much as we could already.
23.99.
So, all that was stemmed from me qualifying poorly. Because that led us to getting into 2 wrecks at the first race, and then starting in the back for this one, and then with how hard it is to pass, so people are just going to be on your outside for every lap. Unable to move forward, and then we just get stuck in that situation. Where Chad gets run over in front of us. Oh well. That pack is still kind of together up there, so there might be... They might slow each other down enough where we could catch up before the end. Gosh dang.
The car behind you is pitting.
Should have just qualified better. I could say that about literally every race I do, though. I don't know if we were ever going to be able to pass anybody there. I mean, it was feeling like the outside. If somebody's on your outside, there's just nothing you can do to get a run good enough through the center to be able to beat them on exit. Unless they lift off, which 99% of people are not going to do that. And they certainly don't have to. But if they don't, I mean, you're going to have such a difficult time passing, or at least I am. I have so much trouble with that. Like, I'm trying to take care of my tires. So I don't want to drive it in super deep to clear the guy, even though probably would be better for the tires long run. If I could just get the pass made and then slide up in front of people. Even if it hurts my tires a little bit more, entering harder to clear them on entry. But then you open it up to you're just going to get run over on exit because nobody lifts if you slide up in front of them, like we did when he slid up in front of us. Not saying he was going to do that, but that's generally how it goes in official racing. It's what happened at Kansas when we raced that last season. So I just try and make the pass slowly but surely on the bottom by trying to save the tires, and it's just takes so long if you ever even get it done. But I'm going to say the results for this test for me of the dynamic track is inconclusive. Doesn't feel really different at all to me. But the majority of this we have not been around people. And it just felt like the same can't pass on the bottom kind of Iowa. At least for me. I hope everyone else is having a different experience. And I hope Nick's video shows some good racing. But I have not been in situations long enough to figure it out. Mitch is up front now, with Nick just behind him. Scott in third, looking behind us on the F3. And we're just now to halfway. Tracy's on pit road. 4 position for us. Something must have happened behind us in the lead group. Kenny's now in 3rd. Tracy a lap down on pit road. That's unfortunate. We got Brett up ahead. Nico. We're kind of catching him. As well as Jonathan, the 29. Not catching him very quickly at all.
The lead is on 24.495.
This car just feels so bogged down. And tight. Might just need to move the brakes. Like we're just shoving massively through the center. Let's move the brakes back. I think we'll go back to making a concerted effort to run the bottom in 1 and 2 and the top in 3 and 4. I've just kind of been running wherever the last like 15 laps. Let's see what the top has. That felt pretty good. Doesn't seem like it's any faster. I mean, it felt good. Maybe that's the point. That felt good. Top felt good in 1 and 2 there, and really good in 3 and 4. Let's just try and roll both top sides, I guess. Without putting it in the wall. That time I just overdrove it. Probably killing the right front doing this, I would assume.
Inside.
I don't know.
Clear low, clear low. You got one inside. All clear, all clear.
Also seems like they maybe slightly messed up or changed something with the spotter calls, because I was running in practice and he'll randomly call you clear when he's clearly like even with your door. Like through the center of the corner. He'll say clear and then he'll say car on the outside again. So I don't. It's changed something weird with the detection of the car.
The lead is up 24.638.
See if we get a run on
Got one outside.
29 here.
10 to go.
Probably going to be impossible to pass though. Especially if the car just doesn't turn. He lifts off for us, thank you. I don't think we were going to be able to keep that if he didn't. It was pushing bad down there. So maybe that's the bottom side going away and the top coming in a little bit better? I don't know. I can't say definitively without more testing. Let's try running the middle. Okay, that didn't feel as tight. Maybe the grip in the middle right now is better than the top side, even though it was a little bit better in the top side a little bit ago. Maybe the top side's gotten heated up, more people running it. Let's try running middle now. Maybe we're starting to figure something out. Just having cars on track for an extended period of time, no matter where you are, should be able to feel changes on the track. Definitely feel like it's less tight down there now than it was up top. Brett getting real loose. Let's take a look at our lap times after this race, see what we're working with. Okay, massive shove right there now. I could have just overdrove it. That's the problem with these tests too. I have to do a bunch of them because I'm not consistent enough to know for sure if it's my fault or something changing on the track. Let's try bottom in 1 and 2, middle 3 and 4.
This is less than optimal.
Okay, we just gained a ton on Brett there. I don't know if it felt very good down there. Okay, that didn't feel fantastic. But we are on 37 lap old tires now. I don't think any line's going to feel great. I'm trying to figure out what feels best. I think lower in 1 and 2 right now feels good. Let's try lower in 3 and 4. Holy cow, that looked fast.
You got one outside. Stay low. You're clear high.
I think the bottom of 3 and 4 is probably the least popular place to run at the moment. I think that's why that felt so good. It was cooler down there. Felt like we got so much turn in. I don't know if we had much through the center, but on entry it felt like it turned really well.
You're in the top 20.
Yeah, the turn in on the center, or the turn in on entry, feels way better on the bottom now than it did through the middle. You can get it to the bottom. Felt a little tighter down there that time.
One more to go.
Maybe we're learning something. Maybe this is all placebo. I feel like there should be something for us to figure out. So maybe that's why I'm constructing things in my head.
What a finish.
I don't know.
Nice job.
We'll come around here and
Good
get a 20th. Oh, big push there.
Kitty did not get to pull a Max Verstappen on
Just
that one.
got tight. Got on throttle too quick.
That was good racing, Dante and Cody.
And maybe we learned something. The final portion of that race.
Let's get out of here.
Hopefully we did. We're not going to know for sure until I race a whole bunch. But that'll be the course of the next season, just learning the new track, state, and all that. And, yeah. So I don't think that was a complete waste of time. Do we have front end damage? I don't even know. Yeah, we got some right front damage that could have been affecting things as well. 69.81. Take a look at the incidents for the second race. '12 car gets loose out of turn 4. And then Brett gets loose behind us. I didn't even see that happen in our mirror. He just loops it right around and keeps going. And this is me when the 4 overdrives it into Chad, and you can see I'm trying to get it to turn. I'm slowing down a ton, but we're just at the point of where we're carrying the most speed into the corner, and I'm trying to get it to turn left, and it just will not. 4 car was kind of overdriving entry around us leading up to that, and then he just gets into the back of him there slightly. And that is how we get sent to the back away from everybody. 12 car gets into the wall. Scott racing up there. Ooh, 15 comes down a little bit. Gets into him. That's Ethan. Maybe got loose on his outside. That was unnecessarily close. I think Ryan's a lap down at that point. Connor's trying to get to his outside. Really cutting it close there on the on the front stretch. 81 gets loose in front of the 83. Could be another wall tap, wall hit. And that is lap 35. I think that is after the race, I believe. Yeah. So, Nick will have a much better race video, so that's good. Looking forward to watching that, of course. So, Mitch here, holding steady. He's losing about... I was going to watch this finish, how close it was with Kenny. He winds up doing 24.9s. He goes pretty steady in the 24s the whole time, but he's consistently losing about a tenth every 5 to 10 laps. I want to see what we were doing compared to that. Mitch is obviously way better than us. So when we had our contact, 24 2s, 24 3s, 24 4, 24 5s, 6s, 7s, another 6, a 7, 8, 7, 8, 7, 7, 7, 8, 7, 7, 9, 7, 8. So, and that's us running by ourselves. I think some of those slower laps might have been in traffic. So we were holding 24/7s, I think, pretty much the whole time, kind of looking for lines. I should have had the delta bar up. I don't normally race with that, but that probably would have been cool to see for the lines. Nick probably was running it, so definitely looking forward to his video. He'll have a much better race. We wind up not good, unfortunately, but I don't think it was a total waste. I think we learned some stuff and started feeling out the track, and we'll get more and more knowledgeable about it the more we race. So this is just the first step to that. So that's that. Thanks for watching.